Good evening. This is Common Sense. I'm William Ferguson. And in watching, keeping an eye on what's going on, it's getting ridiculous. It really is. But it brings to my mind the Democrats now are promoting violence. What would they be promoting if they were in office? If they ruled the Senate and the House and the White House, what would they be promoting then? Still violence? You know, I was listening to Bill O'Reilly, and he was comparing it somewhat to Nazi Germany and what the Nazis were doing. Germany was coming out of World War I, and they were trying to rebuild. Now, I'm not trying to compare President Trump to Adolf Hitler. No way. But let's compare the Democrats to the Nazis. Because that's what they are doing. They're behaving as the Nazis were during World War II Germany. They're promoting violence. They're looking for places to be violent. They have cities in which the mayors and the police chiefs just tell their police forces, oh, just stand back and watch. Don't control it. Don't try to break it up. Just stand back and watch. Okay, well, let's say the police don't break up a mob, which is what it is. I don't care who says what. It's a mob. And let's say the police don't break it up. And one of these crazy lunatics that has been driven by the Democrat Party to be violent pulls a weapon. Excuse me. And somebody gets killed. And I know, and you know, that if it's a gun, then the Democrats, of course, are going to blame the gun, not the person holding the gun, especially if it's a person committing violence at the hand of, say George Soros or another one of his thug friends. What then? Oh, well, let's promote more violence. We don't want good people on the Supreme Court. Let's promote violence. We want to kill babies. Let's promote violence. We don't want to hear people with a conservative point of view. Ben Shapiro, he's one. They've rioted at places where he was going to speak. He was not allowed onto a campus or in a building where he was going to speak, or he would have got arrested. Who's doing it? The Democrats. And it's these professors at these universities that are supposed to be teaching these young people a career education. Doctorates, bachelors, whatever, degrees, not political influences to cause them to lean to the liberal side. That's not what a university is for. But yet, these university professors, and I'm going to guess that even the presidents of these universities are saying, oh, promote violence. Go ahead. Tear it all up. I don't care. We're not paying for it. The people that pay for your tuition, they're paying for it. Go ahead. Tear it up. Who cares? Tear up the town. Who cares? And it's getting out of hand. And if it gets too far out of hand, this country is going to look like Nazi America. And we might as well just call the Democrats Nazis. It's sad. It really is. There's a story that came out of World War II. There was a Nazi that happened to have been driving down the street with some of his Nazi buddies. And they were on duty in uniform. And this little boy was out collecting the mail for his house. And one of the Nazis told the kid to pull his pants down. He was circumcised. And that Nazi shot him right there on the sidewalk. A child. Because he was circumcised. A Jew. Just like that. No remorse, no empathy, no sympathy. Just shot him. And that's what it seems like the Democrats are trying to turn this country into. A bunch of lifeless, feelingless, loveless, hating, violent puppets. And they want these immigrants to come in. Why? Well, think about it. In the long run, if the Democrats were to take over the House and the Senate and the presidency, they could use these illegal immigrants as their puppets. Go. Commit violence, and you will be rewarded. Go. Kill. You will be rewarded greater. And it seems like that's what the Democrats want. Listen to Eric Holder. He was talking about Michelle Obama saying, well, when they go low, we go high. He said, no. When they go low, kick them. And that was the Attorney General of the United States of America. A position that was supposed to hold respect. Of course, he lost all respect with me when I found out about Fast and Furious, which was a gun-running operation, of which one of the guns that got passed beyond the Mexican border ended up shooting a Border Patrol agent. He was directly responsible for that. And so was Obama. He knew about it. And then I was listening, and Hillary Clinton was asked about, should Bill Clinton have resigned because of his extramarital relation with the intern at the White House? And she, oh no, there's nothing there. But then the fact was proposed. He was in power over the intern. He used his power to control the intern. Oh no. She was of age. She knew what was going on. No. On a college campus or a university campus, if a professor is caught having sex with a student, that professor is fired because he has power over the student. Just as Bill Clinton had power over the intern. But that's fine. It's fine, go ahead. But it's still against morals. And when you think about it, let's say the Democrats do take control over everything, okay? And they do turn the United States into Nazi America. Well, the Germans, they tried to extinguish the Jews. Who do you think the Democrats, the demonazis, would want to exterminate? Probably the Christian conservative that is against the immoral policies, programs, and prospects of the demonazis. You know it would go down like that. And I could see that. Instead of the Nazi soldier pulling up to a little boy collecting the mail and telling him to pull down his pants, they'd probably tell a poor child, kneel down and pray. And when that child did kneel down to pray because he believes in God, the demonazi shoots that poor child. Is that what we want in this country? You know, in just 3 weeks, we vote. Do we want violence promoted in our streets? Do we want the people of this country to think that violence is the way to get things done? Or do we want the people of this country to realize that the laws were written not to control the people, but to keep the people safe, to keep us from killing one another, from stealing from one another, from doing all kinds of things against each other? That's why we have laws. It's not to control the people. Don't listen to the Democrats. I've heard them, they're just trying to control you. They're just using you as puppets. Just like they said about Kanye West being in the White House. And my last live stream was on Kanye West being in the White House, speaking his mind as a human being. And yet the Democrats want to scream, he's black, he can't be in the White House like that. Okay, so if he's black, demonazi, is he allowed to go to heaven? Or is that a no-no? He has to stay here on the plantation. It really makes me angry that these Democrats are trying to tell everybody what to do and how to do it. They don't have a plan. They don't have an idea. All they want to do is take. And anymore, it's getting worse. They don't only want to take, but they want to promote violence. There was a prayer visual going on for somebody that was shot, and I believe it was in Oregon or Washington. Maybe it was Washington. But there were people that went out to pray. And then there were these Antifa thugs that went out there and decided they wanted to be violent. Just like the demonazis want them to be. We, all of us, have a right to the freedom of speech. And I don't care if you're Antifa, Black Matters Live, or Black Lives Matter, or Matters Black Live, or Live Black. Who cares what you are? You're trying to control the speech of the people. And the Democrats are promoting this because they feel as though this violence that they're promoting is going to help control the people of this country. They don't want the Constitution. They don't want freedom of speech. They don't want guns. They don't want us to protect ourselves. They want to be able to just walk in our house, take everything. They want to be able to look at us and say, you know, you look like a Christian. I'm going to shoot you right here. And that's what it seems like that's what it's coming to. And it's sickening. Because this is a unique country in this world. We are free. We have more freedoms than any other country at any other time in the history of this world. And the demonazis want to take it all away. Forget it. It's working. It's working well. The people are enjoying their lives. They're not being controlled like puppets, like the demonazis want to control us. And as common sense thinking people, we have got to go to the polls and vote for the Christian conservative Republican and keep our freedoms. Keep the freedoms that were given to us by the founding fathers that wrote the Constitution that guide this country. Please vote. That's all I've got for now. Please pray for the leadership of this country, that they will follow God, to lead this country to safety, security, peace, prosperity, and unity, and that we keep our freedoms allotted to us by the Constitution of these United States. Pray for those who are first responders, military, police, and such, that they will be home safe with their families and loved ones. And pray that God will move the people of this country to vote Christian conservative. I thank you for watching. Please join me each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for Common Sense.